By cultivating loyalty, you're not just building a network, you're building an empire. Imagine if an army of friends and colleagues had your back and you had theirs. Favors buy loyalty. I learned this from an unlikely source, Don Vito Corleone. The Godfather premiered when I was 11 years old. My parents were going to see the new blockbuster at the drive-in movie, and when the babysitter didn't show up, they had no choice but to bring me along. Peering up from the back seat of the family station wagon, I got my first glimpse of the Corleone family. I was hooked. For me, the movie was an epiphany. My grandparents came to America from Italy and arrived at Ellis Island just like young Vito Corleone did. My grandfather, Lucido Bortone, talked about seeing the Statue of Liberty for the first time, just like in the movie. When I watched The Godfather, I felt like I was watching a home movie. I grew up in a very Italian neighborhood in Medford, Mass. That's where I saw guys who looked like they could have walked off the set of The Godfather. That's where I learned about loyalty. What you have to understand about Medford, Mass in the 60s and 70s is that our town was the epicenter of the mafia universe in Massachusetts. Medford was so mobbed up, even our Little League was run by wise guys. Growing up in the mob's backyard meant you understood the importance of loyalty at an early age. It was part of an unwritten code that everyone in my neighborhood understood, whether you were connected or not. Loyalty meant you had a vast network of connections who always had your back. In our neighborhood, we followed omerta, the code of silence. One time when I was about 8 years old, a lady called the cops on me and my friends for cutting through her yard. Now, we were probably lighting off fireworks or doing some other nefarious thing, but the point is, she ratted us out. She broke omerta. The next day, I found a dead mouse in the gutter, and I decided to exact revenge on my nasty neighbor. So I took the mouse and gingerly placed it in her mailbox. Long before Vito Corleone put a horse's head in Jack Waltz's bed, I knew how to send a Sicilian message. Loyalty is the new currency. Loyalty is the secret to better business, better employees, and better customers. Loyalty may even be the solution to the Great Resignation. These days, though, loyalty seems to be in short supply. Global market research indicates that 77% of brands could disappear tomorrow, and no one would care. Nielsen says consumer disloyalty is the new normal. Just 8% of people say that they're committed loyalists when it comes to their favorite brands. The Godfather demonstrates that you could cultivate loyalty by building a wall of friendship. Today we'd call this networking with purpose. Not just making connections, but building lasting relationships, making lifelong friends and allies. The Italians say that friendship is a plant that must be watered often. So what if we practice loyalty? What if we bring back this long-lost virtue? Because once you've earned a loyal friend, a loyal colleague, or a loyal customer, you've got something truly extraordinary.